Have you ever walked into a room where you and your partner shared small habits? The kettle on at 7, the paper folded on the kitchen table, and felt like the silence itself as a person? That quiet can be one of the most painful parts of losing someone you lived alongside. This video is for people in midlife and beyond who are trying to understand that loneliness and want gentle, practical ways to live with it without losing themselves. 1. Allow yourself to grieve without rushing. Grief is not a checklist. There is no right length of time or an exact order for feelings. Many people try to protect family members by pretending to be okay. Take the story of Mary, 64, whose husband of 40 years died unexpectedly. She kept smiling for grandchildren, but inside she felt hollow. When she finally let herself cry in front of her sister, she discovered that the tears were not a defeat. They were a release. Practical steps. Name one feeling each day. Today I feel tired. Today I feel angry. Keep a small grief journal. Write one short memory, one loose fact, what you smelled, heard, touched, and one tiny comfort, a song, a cup of tea. Let people know what you need by saying simple things. I'm having a hard day. Can we just sit together? Saying out loud reduces the loneliness of holding everything inside. 2. Reach out and stay connected, even in small ways. Isolation deepens loneliness, pride, fear of being a burden, or the sense that nobody will understand often stop people from reaching out. John, a retired teacher, spent months alone because he felt his friends wouldn't know what to say. One invitation to morning coffee changed that. The friend simply listened. Connection does not require long conversations. It might be a short walk, a phone call, or a neighbor's text. Practical steps. Make a tiny outreach plan, one call or one message 3 times a week. Use scripts if it helps. Hi, Linda. I was thinking of you. Fancy a short walk Wednesday. Join one community activity where the context makes conversation easy. A book group, a gardening club, or a woodworking class. If face-to-face feels too hard, try an online bereavement forum where others understand the language of loss. 3. Create new rituals that honor memory and anchor your days. Rituals keep the bond alive while giving structure to lonely moments. Rituals can be private, small, and very flexible. Sarah began writing letters to her late partner each night, not to be sent, but to keep the conversation going. Mark lights a small lamp on his kitchen table every evening. The light feels like a gentle company. Practical steps. Choose a memory ritual that suits you. Light a candle at a certain time. Prepare a favorite meal once a week. Keep a memory box with photographs, letters, or small objects. When special dates arrive, birthdays, anniversaries, prepare a simple plan in advance. Call a friend, visit a place you both loved, or set aside time to look through photos. Rituals do 2 things. They honor the person you lost, and they mark time so the days feel less unmoored. 4. Care for your body. Small acts, big effects. Grief lives in the body as much as in the heart. Sleepless nights, poor appetite, and low energy are common, and they feed loneliness. But small, consistent habits restore a sense of agency. Even a 10-minute walk can change your mood. A warm, nourishing meal can anchor the day. Practical steps. Pick 3 non-negotiables. Drink water. Go outside for at least 10 minutes and aim for a consistent bedtime routine. Try an easy breathing practice. Inhale slowly for 4 counts. Hold for 4. Exhale for 6. Do it 3 times when you wake and 3 times before bed. If sleep is poor for weeks, consider discussing it with a health professional. Sleep is not just comfort. It's fuel for emotional resilience. 5. Rediscover purpose in soft joy. Look for small, repeatable pleasures. Purpose after loss doesn't mean huge life changes. It often begins with small, meaningful acts that add up. Mark, who lost his wife, found singing in a community choir. He said the music didn't erase grief, but it gave his week a bright point to look forward to. Purpose can be as simple as caring for a plant, volunteering at a local charity, or teaching a skill to someone younger. Practical steps. Make a short list of things that used to interest you or things you've always wanted to try. Pick one to try for a month. Keep expectations low. You're sampling, not committing forever. Celebrate the tiny wins. You attended one class. You planted 1 row of vegetables. You helped at a food bank for 2 hours. Those small stitches reweave a sense of meaning over time. 6. Seek support. Professional and peer help are both valid and valuable. Sometimes loneliness deepens into depression or complicated grief that needs expert care. Seeking help is a sign of strength, not failure. Support takes many forms: grief counseling, cognitive behavioral therapy, group therapy, pastoral counseling, or specialized bereavement groups for older adults. Claire, who felt her days narrowing, joined a weekly bereavement group and was surprised to hear others describe the exact ache she felt. The simple recognition helped her feel less alone. Practical steps. If you notice prolonged numbness, intense agitation, persistent thoughts of harming yourself, or inability to manage daily tasks over several weeks, reach out to a GP or a licensed mental health professional. Ask questions when choosing a therapist. Have you worked with bereavement in later life? What is your approach? If cost is a concern, many communities offer sliding scale options, and many charities provide free group support. If you or someone you know is in immediate danger, contact local emergency services right away. 7. Practical life steps. Organize, delegate, and give yourself permission to simplify. Practical tasks. Paperwork, financial decisions, household chores can feel overwhelming when you're grieving. You don't need to do everything at once. Break tasks into small steps and ask for help. James, who suddenly became a widower, found paperwork paralyzing. He made a single box label today and put only 2 papers in it. Getting those 2 done gave him momentum for the next day. Practical steps. Make a one-thing-a-day list. 1 small errand, 1 phone call, 1 decision. Delegate where possible. A friend can help sort mail. A trusted professional can advise on finances. Keep an urgent folder and a later folder. Set boundaries with well-meaning family. It's okay to say, I can handle this by next Tuesday, or please don't schedule visits on Thursdays. I need that day quiet. Pacing is not avoidance. It's wise energy management. 8. Gentle psychological tools. Rewriting the story, mindfulness, and permission to feel. How we narrate our loss shapes how we live with it. You don't have to tell the story that your life is over. You can say, my life has changed. I'm learning what it looks like now. Mindfulness helps by bringing attention away from relentless what-ifs into the present moment. Narrative exercises, like writing a short letter to your future self, can reframe grief as part of a continuing life story rather than its end. Practical steps. Try a brief mindful practice each day. Notice 3 things you can see, 2 things you can hear, and 1 thing you can feel. Or write a letter to your partner, describing the day. Honest, small, immediate. This keeps the relationship alive in a manageable, loving way. How to handle anniversaries, visitors, and surprising waves of grief. Anniversaries and ordinary mornings can all trigger intense loneliness. Plan ahead. Decide in advance how you might observe a date, or choose to do something different this year. Tell friends what you prefer. Some people won't know unless you say, I'm finding the first month hard. I welcome calls after 5, but need quiet before then. When waves of grief arrive unexpectedly, use grounding techniques. Breathe, name 5 things around you. Sip a cup of tea, and give yourself permission to step away from the day's demands. Words to try when you don't know what to say to someone grieving. If you are watching this and want to support someone, simple honesty helps. I don't know what to say, but I'm here. I'm thinking of you. Offer specific help. Can I drop off a meal Friday? Specific, practical offers are easier to accept than, let me know if you need anything. Be kind to your future self. Small promises matter. Tell your future self 1 small promise. I will call my friend on Tuesday, or I will take a short walk on Thursday. These tiny commitments rebuild trust in your ability to care for yourself again. Grief changes us. It doesn't erase what we loved. Loneliness is natural, but it does not have to be permanent or all-consuming. The steps we've discussed, allowing grief, reaching out, building rituals, caring for body, rediscovering purpose, seeking support, and managing practical matters, are tools you can shape to fit your life. Try 1 gentle step this week. A phone call, a short walk, a small ritual, or a line in a journal. Please share in the comments what helped you today. Do you have a ritual, a phrase, or a small practice that comforts you? Your experience could be the light someone else needs. If you found this helpful, please subscribe and share this video so it reaches another person who may be sitting in that quiet room tonight. You are not alone. Take one small, compassionate step today. Even the smallest step is still a step forward.